The rain never stopped that night. The sky seemed to pour out from a rusted tin can, swallowing the city in a gray darkness. I was leaning against the damp concrete under a bridge on the outskirts of Chicago. An old blanket covered me. Underneath, a few flattened cardboard boxes I'd pulled from a dumpster. Car headlights flashed across puddles, and their reflections crawled along the walls, forming short-lived ghosts that flickered and disappeared when I turned my head. Some of them looked like they were watching me. Even the flies circling the streetlights had gone still. The sound of rain echoed through the city, but that night it felt heavier, like the whole city was holding its breath. I had been here for so long that the days had lost their meaning. Time was a loop, dragging me through the same gray hours. People passed by on their way to work. Some held their breath. Others looked away. I had become invisible. Once I had a name, a house, a life. Now there was only the city, cold, damp, alive. I used to listen to the sound of water running through its veins, but that night, the rhythm was different. There was a sound beneath the grate. At first, I thought it was the subway, the hum of distant trains, but it was deeper, so deep that I didn't hear it with my ears. I felt it inside my chest, a slow, steady breathing. Each inhale made the ground tremble faintly. Tiny ripples shivered across the puddles. I bent down, peering into the darkness below the grate. Two faint points of light glimmered back at me. Eyes, maybe, or something pretending to be eyes. Rainwater dripped through the metal, vanishing into the black below. But those lights didn't move. As I breathed, they flickered with me, in sync, as if we shared a single pair of lungs. I stared until my eyes burned. When I blinked, they were gone. The street was empty again, but the feeling lingered, something unseen, watching. Hunger, cold, loneliness, I knew them well. But this was different. This was alive. I pulled the blanket tighter and tried to sleep. By morning, the rain had stopped, but the city still glistened, as if it couldn't dry. The sky was a dull slate. I found myself staring at the same grate. Cars had splashed through the water, but the puddle hadn't moved. Around the metal rim were faint black scratches, thin and deliberate, not etched downward, but upward, from the inside out. That night, the rain returned. The city's noise was muffled, distant, sirens, tires, a heartbeat buried beneath concrete. I crouched beside the grate again. No breathing this time, only still water. Then, as I turned to leave, a wave of heat surged through the stones beneath me. Steam rose from between the cracks. I reached down. It wasn't just warm, it burned. My fingers whitened from the pain. Beneath the grate, the water stirred. Something reached out. A hand, thin and slick, as if its skin had been peeled away. Translucent. Black veins glimmering faintly under the surface. It clawed toward me, trembling. I couldn't move, couldn't scream. Then it vanished, pulled back into the dark as if it had never been there. The street fell silent again, but I knew. It was no longer down there. It was out. I didn't sleep that night. Rain hit the rusted tin above me, every drop echoing like a whisper. Sometimes I thought I heard my name. When I drifted into half-sleep, I dreamed of falling through the grate deeper and deeper until the water turned to tar. In the blackness below, a shape moved toward me. It had no face, but I could feel it breathe. My chest grew tight. I tried to wake, but my lungs refused. Every morning I woke the same way, gasping, throat raw, eyes red. Soon, I began to see it while awake. Shadows twitching in puddles, faces flickering beneath reflections, steam rising from drains like exhaled breath. Even daylight wasn't safe. When I walked among people, I could feel the pavement shiver beneath my feet. One day, I wandered to an old church. A priest offered me bread, but when our eyes met, his froze. He shut the door without a word. The next morning, black fluid seeped from the cracks of the church's stone walls, glistening in the sunlight. I touched it. It was cold, yet it burned my skin, leaving white scars across my hand. After that, the city changed. Or maybe I did. Every grate breathed, every wall whispered. People's faces seemed hollow, their eyes empty. One afternoon, I caught my reflection in a store window. My eyes were completely black, just for a second. But that second lasted forever. Time collapsed. Rain blurred the days together. The city wept endlessly. The air was thick, heavy with something living. From far away, I could still hear that deep, rhythmic breathing. It matched mine perfectly. Or maybe mine matched it. I couldn't tell anymore. One morning, I walked to the bridge. The river below had darkened. Thicker than water, more like moving ink. I leaned over and looked down. My reflection stared back at me, Xiaom. Only it wasn't me. Same face, same scars, but black eyes and motionless lips. It was mouthing words I couldn't hear. Then the river stirred. No wind, yet the surface rippled. A hand rose from the blackness. The same hand from the grate. It reached toward me. I tried to step back, but my feet were fused to the ground. The hand sank again, leaving a spreading circle of darkness that pulsed like a heartbeat. From that day, the city began to reject me. People walked past without noticing. A police car brushed by, no reaction. A balloon floated inches from my face, untouched by air. My reflection moved a second too late. I wasn't part of this world anymore. At dusk, the sky sealed itself shut. Rain poured down, hard and endless. The hum beneath the city grew louder, closer. Streetlights flickered and died one by one. The world fell into shadow. Through the darkness, steam rose again. From every drain, every crack. Black smoke coiled upward, twisting into the sky, merging into one vast, breathing cloud. Then, silence. Out of that silence, something hung in the air before me. A shape, not human, not fully formed. A head, elongated, featureless, floating just above the ground. It glided toward me, soundless, my chest convulsed. The breathing inside me wasn't mine anymore. The thing exhaled, and I felt myself unravel, pulled into its darkness. The rain disappeared. The world vanished. When I woke, daylight had returned. The city looked the same, but everything was muted. People moved, cars rolled, but there was no sound. Their lips shifted, their feet struck the pavement, but silence ruled. The world was deaf. I pressed a hand to my chest. Nothing, no heartbeat. My skin was cold, fingertips stained black. Under my nails, dried tar. The grate nearby was quiet, the breathing gone, because it was no longer below. It was within me. Since that day, the rain hasn't stopped. The city cries without end. Steam curls from every drain. Sometimes, under the streetlights, I stare into puddles. Behind my reflection, others watch. Their faces ripple through the water, hollow, waiting. I'm not human anymore. The breath inside me isn't mine. It belongs to the city now. Sometimes at night, I feel movement beneath me. A pulse deep in the concrete. A whisper in the pipes. the city is alive, and its breath grows stronger. Now I understand. The night I looked down that grate, I didn't just see something. It saw me, it recognized me, and something passed between us. Something irreversible. Now, whenever the rain falls, the city wakes again. Streets glisten, people rush home, and a few of them, only a few, stop. They hear it, the breathing, the heartbeat under the stones. They bend down to listen, to look, and once they do, they never come back. The city takes them. I'm still here, under the bridge, wrapped in the same blanket. But this body is only what's left behind. My soul has already joined the pulse beneath the streets, and every time it rains, someone new hears the sound, that heavy, slow, burning breath. So if you ever find yourself walking alone through Chicago's back streets on a rainy night, and you hear breathing coming from a drain beneath your feet, don't lean down. Don't look. The darkness knows your name. And once you hear it, you'll belong to it too. And then the rain will never stop.